Facebook was a great favorite of mine in the book Lessons from the Financial Markets 2013. At the time it was written, the recommendation there was with Facebook at around the $22, $23 mark. It's now up to $28. In fact, I was probably expecting it to do even better than it has, but there is still time in 2013 for it to do so. The big plus point here at the moment is the rising trend channel from August. The floor of the channel running through around the $27 mark. Apart from that, we've got a great RSI profile here. There's an RSI line here from support line from October, and so far since the beginning of February we've seen this line tested 4 times. 3 is normally enough for an explosive move to the upside, and obviously 4 is that bit better as well. We've also got the RSI in the low 50s, which is through the neutral zone, so I'm expecting an imminent push to the upside. If you're a bit reticent about that idea, you could wait for an end of day close above the 50-day moving average, currently around $29. The big target here above the 50-day line should be towards last year's resistance line projection at $36. Moving on to Apple, and we have the relentless downtrend line from September last year with the rather infamous island top head and shoulders, which essentially crushed the share price, the price action over the course of the autumn. There was a gap down through the 50-day moving average to also highlight or flag the imminent breakdown for the shares. Since then, we've just seen basically unfilled gaps to the downside, which is normally very, very negative indeed, and negative enough anyway to stop you thinking that there could be a recovery anytime soon. For the start of March, we see a bit of bullish divergence in the RSI window, which suggests that there might be a little flick to the upside towards the 20-day moving average at $450, but really that is the best that can be seen on offer at the moment. As far as the upside is concerned, really this is a stock heading towards the $370 mark at the floor of last year's price channel. Going on to another difficult customer, we have Groupon, where I was recently quite bullish going into this mid-February period. There was then the update from the company and a little bit of boardroom changes there as well. So the shares gapped down, but in fact what you can see here is there's still an argument for being bullish. The first big plus point here is the way that the low at the end of February, after the shock results, was actually an echo of the August support above $4. So we've got sort of a strange type of inverted head and shoulders set up here, possibly. Again, one of the tests, or the acid test really in terms of bullishness here, would be if the stock could break above the 200-day moving average, currently at just over $6, and probably given the volatility here, that's what you want to do. Above 6 though, we could head up to $8 and last August's resistance relatively quickly, I mean within a 2 to 4 week period. So worth keeping on the watch list, if not being a buy right at the moment. Finally, I go for a research in motion, and here we have a situation where there's been a sort of a consolidation after the attempt to break through $18 at the start of the year. Quite a reasonable sort of support, sort of volatile support zone. So the support's coming in there around the $12.50 mark. It could be a top. I have to admit that it could be a top. Probably also one would want to wait to see whether there can be further pushes through the 50-day moving average zone, just under $13.98, $13.98, or the RSI gets back above the 50 neutral 50 level. So we're on wait and see mode here with research in motion, but the big positive here is that there has been the gap through the upside, gap to the upside through the 200-day moving average, and there is a big distance here between the 200-day moving average and the support points. This is normally a very bullish sign. So probably if we do see that 50-day moving average break, you'd be quite keen on chasing the next $4 up to the January resistance and $18 target. So something to maybe look for later in March or during April.